Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Fireside Chat. My name is Edwin Voorhees. I am your host of this little podcast, recapping everything Totally Dramatic Survival Games Season 1, and I am joined here by our lovely Chef Michi is here. Woo!
Hi!
If you're wondering why Michi doesn't have her face cam on and why I'm kind of speaking so fast, it's because Michi just got home. This is literally... try to record in advance, but Michi literally just got home from vacation, and
yeah, I've been gone for like 8 days.
Yeah, and this episode releases tomorrow, so we will have more time. We will probably do a bigger in-depth recap for our other episodes like we've been planning, but just for today we need to kind of take things a little speedily. Did I not take my pill?
Edwin, your medication.
Yeah, I need to take my I don't know why I thought you just said education. Here.
The medication, not education. We're all educated here, mostly.
Somewhat. My education is in English, so basically, I'm a certified creative. But did I actually learn anything? No. We just released TDSG episode 2. It was an acting challenge. We also met the freaking frogs. Michi, how do you feel about the freaking frogs? I agree.
Sorry.
Oh, you're so funny.
The frogs were a journey.
They are amazing.
Honestly, yeah.
This is a group with a lot of personality, and not that the Badgers don't. The Badgers have a lot, clearly. I mean, everyone does to be on this competition. But I think what stands out with the frogs, whereas the Badgers are a lot more thoughtful, and they think things out very thoroughly before executing. I think the frogs have more of a team dynamic where it's go, 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 go. And if there's anything that needs to be fixed, fix it along the way. So they're two very different approaches. And I really love seeing this team come in. Excuse
me. Me too.
We are going to speed run this. So if you want to watch the episode and have a more in-depth view, this will contain spoilers because we are recapping the episode. So go watch the episode. There's probably an iCard in the corner right now. Oh, opposite corner, up there, and
up in the air. Sorry.
Up in the air. I don't know what song this is. Without further ado, we get into the episode. We meet Red, Nugs, Tamina, Dion, and Alex. And first of all, they have a little bit of a farming challenge, which Lauren serves as substitute because some people couldn't make it. And we have the Great Farm Building Challenge. This was a fun challenge, I will say.
It was.
I think...
Though, I did accidentally... set myself on fire.
That's right. That's right.
Since I'm in creative, I don't even notice that.
Right. The thing in before the mini challenge when we were in the cafeteria and they were all like, "Is this Taco Bell?" One of the best moments of the episode. And then you set fire to yourself with the lightning strike.
It was completely intentional.
This Taco Bell is wicked.
I mean, it is by far the best Taco Bell they've eaten at. So.
True. Where else
that
can
makes
you
me
get...
think that for next season we should consider probably at a food mod at some point.
We should, yeah. We should get a Taco Bell sponsorship. Honestly.
That also works too.
But we go into the Great Farm Building Challenge, which, these mini challenges are meant to be that. Mini challenges. They're not really supposed to be big things, testing major skills. And I think we really wanted to see, like, you're going out there, you have 10 minutes to build something. What are you making? And I think it was just a complete shutout victory for the green team, which was Lauren, Dion, and Alex.
Yeah, and I also loved how they acknowledged that, certain things came in clutch, especially like the situation with the bucket.
Yes. Yep. Which I appreciated. Let me just say, first and foremost, thank you for not using your bucket, Lauren, that you already had on you. Thank you for not cheating. But yeah, the bucket came in clutch. All that water land, it truly made it a farm, because at the end of the day you're trying to grow crops on a farm, and so
Yeah,
it made
exactly.
sense. So they take the win, and that gives them an advantage in the main challenge, where we have extra special guest judge Mari Takahashi. Thank you, Mari, again for coming in. We find out the campers are acting in the Boston Robberies Maxi Challenge, main challenge. This is an acting challenge where the two groups of 3 had to create a skit, and we talked about it while we were recording. It did not make the final cut, because in the final cut we mostly wanted to talk about the campers and who was going to be the top 2. Who was your favorite skit between Team Green, which was doing the kidnap skit with the armor stands, and Team Blue, which was doing the idol skit?
Honestly, the armor stand one was... I still think it's my favorite out of the 2.
Really? Okay. I'm going to disagree with you, only because I know what we said in the episode. It's what I agree with, is I think Team Green had the best acting, because Alex, Lauren, and Tia, all 3 of them just delivered their lines flawlessly. Whereas
that's honestly what stood out to me the most, and I think that's why even all this time later,
right
after rewatching that episode like once or twice,
yeah,
I still stand by that acting being incredible.
Right. And I agree. I think where the green team loses me was the plot twist that Alex stole the armor stand kind of lost me. But
fair.
But that's for having 45 minutes to create this. They clearly focused on getting their lines down, and I appreciate that. However,
yeah,
Team Blue did choose the more campy side of things, where they were going into the idea of, we're gonna just have a good time and make jokes, and I appreciate it. Baja
some of those
Blast
puns
of a
were
time.
bar none incredible. Probably the best puns all season.
Oh yeah, a Baja Blast of a time. I will never. That is forever in my lingo. Just forever.
I know, and I'm pretty sure it's still in Mari's lingo.
Oh, probably. Yeah, we all loved it. Plus, the story of this idol being an egg that hatched, and that's like what happened to it. No one really stole it. I think it was more clear and concise, and I think the story was better. So while I do think the acting on Team Green was better, I definitely do like the story and plot of Team Blue's story. So I don't think there's one that I like clearly love more than the other. It's just me being like a campy person who loves camp. I prefer Blue.
No, that's fair, and you are totally within your parameters for that.
Yeah,
because I agree. Like, within what we set and within the sandbox that we had applied, they did a great job with what we gave them.
Right. Yep. And I think that's why I'm so happy we got to have a top 2 this episode, because instead of having to come down and land on one skit being the best one overall, we could say, y'all both did well. Here's the top members of the team. Which we do find out, because once again, like the premiere, no one ends up going home, and we have a top 2 that dance sings for their dynasty and the title of camp counselor. The top 2 are Alex, who was kind of the main character of the Green Team's act, and Red, who was the Baja Blast of a time joke maker.
That was just so ingrained in our brains
Yes.
that it was no wonder.
Yep.
that Red got that secondary number
Yeah.
1 spot, to be fair.
And I think everyone did well this episode. There was no one who deserved to be in a bottom placement. There was no one who did bad, but I think just between everyone, we were looking for the people who were standing out in our brain and giving us a memorable performance. And the two of them certainly stole the show.
Oh, 100%. Considering that, we're still quoting Baja Blast of a time.
Yeah.
All these months later.
Yep. Well, that takes us into our final two, or not our final two, but our top 2 of the week. And we have another dance sync, which I know we've already shared how we feel about our dance syncs. But they dance sync to the champion battle from Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I think this week's was better.
Lord, I'm just like dancing. Like, I'm already listening to it in my head, just like, good Lord.
Yeah.
It gets stuck in your head.
Yeah, it does. It's one of my favorite. It's actually not one of my favorite. It is my favorite champion theme. So this one was better. I think like the backup dancers and the props and the building certainly helped make it better, whereas Felix and Edgy were kind of new and they had to just press Control WASD. I think the props made it better, but still.
We also need to remember and acknowledge that this was the birthplace of Joe the Chicken.
That's true. This was the birthplace of Joe the Chicken. Yeah.
And for you to know what happens to Joe the Chicken, you need to keep watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we have the footage. We might.
That's
I need to go
fair.
digging. I might need to go digging for that, but do keep watching.
I mean, either or, we'll probably make reference to it at one point, because I know we did.
Yeah.
Just like me at some point, there is footage of me, if you have not gotten to it yet, of me talking about my Astarion brain rot.
True. There's footage of that. I think in episode 4. I think no. So episode 5 during well, actually I can't say the challenge now because
we're not there yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet. But episode 5, literally, I have to be like, all right, we're getting into the challenge. And one of you, because I think you were talking to Red, Nugs, and Pixel, and I think you were like, all right, we'll talk about Astarion later. And I was like, I love this. So we come down to the dance sync for their dynasty. Who do you think won this all this time later?
Man, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I think this one,
like, it's hard to say because they were both like well performed even with it. And like, I remember the text chat being absolutely bonkers, just like in the first one.
Yeah.
Overall, I do think that nothing tops the first episode's dance.
Yeah. The first episode was fun. I think what was different about this one was in episode 1 you had do. It was slow. But in this one it's boo. It's like super fast. The pace is faster. And you could see that like chaos processing in both of them. When reviewing the footage, I realized that Alex was much closer than I originally thought, but to me, Red still did win.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
because Red had a more consciousness of the beat and what he could do with the button adaptability, as opposed to
Alex. Yeah. So Red comes out as the season's second camp counselor and wins a cash tip of $20.
Red was iconic.
Yeah. Well, talk about that for a crash course. I'm trying to think if there's anything more to add. This was a very good, whereas episode 1 had a lot of behind the scenes missteps, I think going into episode 2 we knew what to do, so there wasn't really anything I can think of that happened in the background. Everything kind of just played out as shown. You know,
it flowed well, and since we did have our guest judge, and we wanted to make sure we were timely for all that.
Right, that too. I think we were just on a very scheduled pace, and whereas in episode 1 people broke off, everyone kind of huddled together the whole episode, so there was nothing really else to show, which was fine. I mean, it's my life easier, so I'm not complaining. But yeah,
no, not at all. We honestly, I loved how everyone rallied together, even though we did clown you a little bit because you did say that turn of the phrase a little bit weird.
Oh yeah, the we need to put a book on it.
It's like, we need to book it, Matt. It's not that we need to put a book on it.
I don't know what was going through my head when I heard or said that, but I think
a lot of things were going through your head, especially because we did have Mari waiting in the wings, and we wanted to make sure that we were there. We were on time and respected Mari's time accordingly.
Yeah. So overall, I thought this was a fun episode. I know going into TDSG, I wasn't too sure about how the balance would feel between judging and just normal Survivor comps. And for the most part, we definitely did find some things that needed to be worked out throughout the season. But I think as an episode 1 and 2, kind of just putting those side by side, it was really successful for me, and I was really glad to see how nice these skits came out.
100%. And I also liked how we did this split finale, because we took these bigger teams and we basically put them through split premiere. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. We took the split premiere and we made these teams bond, aside from pitting them against each other in friendly competition. To which honestly led for some pretty good early start in some alliances, I would think.
Yeah, that is a good point. I think come episode 3, you really start to see those bonds take shape and form, which is next episode when we have our first eliminee. So,
oh my god, I can't believe it. We're already there.
I know. So, you will just have to tune in next Monday for episode 3 of the Totally Dramatic Survival Games, where we will have our first elimination. Like I might have said it last episode, but this is where we start having my health issues come into play. For those of you who don't know, I was very much going through it this past year with chronic illness, and while I won't get into the bulk of that now, I think this is where we have our first break. No, this is not. After episode 3, we have our first break, and some people have to leave. So episode 3 will be normal. We have some absences, but most people are there to join. Oh, no, actually, we do have a camper that does have to leave the competition by next episode. So episodes 3 and 4, expect some of the cast getting moved around. We'll explain it as it comes, but we tried our best with my health and we did what we could. So in the meantime,
yeah, we did. And then my incoming PC issues.
Oh my god, yes. This was such a crazy season. Nothing wanted to work out. But
oh my lord,
I
wonder if there's footage of me yelling at the dog.
Oh, maybe. There's footage of me being like, whiskers, everywhere. So, we'll see.
I mean,
as we dig through. So.
But I'm excited for you guys to see the rest of the season.
Yes.
Because there's so much happening, so much chaos, so much laughter, because we laughed so much at a lot of what happened.
We did. But Michi, after 2 episodes of TDSG, who are your standouts? After 2 episodes, who are you thinking this is who is going to make it to the end?
Oh, Nugs and Red.
Nugs and Red. Okay. I think for me, after episode 2, I would probably have to say the same. Yeah, I would have to say because I think in the mini challenge, Nugs showed
Nugs' heart, exactly. Nugs' heart was in the right place.
right.
It's just that, sadly, what they had in their head
Didn't work out.
come up.
Yeah. Right. But that level of like command and like confidence, I think really spoke out to her personality. And I thought that was going to be strong. And then just Red having such a strong performance too. But it was anyone's game at this point. And I know we said who we thought from the Badgers last week, but I guess you'll just have to find out if we were right in our initial assumptions. So
yep. Just gotta keep watching.
Next Monday will be episode 3, and next Wednesday you can join us here at the Fireside Chat where we recap TDSG episode 3 and hopefully have like a more thorough experience where we're not speed running and talking this fast. Or maybe you like the short format, who knows? I won't. So let us know in the comments below. So
of course, definitely. Sound off.
Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye. Or day.
Bye.
Bye.